Hey guys, welcome back to the cabin. So a lot of you guys have sent us messages and emails concerned and asking how we're doing because a big storm came through northern Michigan and Ontario and the Upper Peninsula and Wisconsin and all kinds of good stuff. Asked how we were doing. Well, we're doing all right. We hunkered down for a few days, and we didn't really do much because everything was a hot mess. Sorry, I gotta put these back on. We got another foot of ice and snow and sleet, and we're back to winter. As you can see, it is the end of March. It's coming up on the end of March here, last week of March. And we're back to winter. So, par for the course, I guess, up this far north. A little unusual, but not completely out of the ordinary. So, anyway, so I'm back on the swing of things. My buckets for all my maple syrup are dripping. They're full. So I need to get everything wrapped up and get boiling. We have a few nice days here. It's been below freezing for about a week since I tapped them. And the last couple of days were warm enough to fill them up. So now we're heading in the right direction, I hope, for the rest of the season. It's springtime now. So let's start warming up. We'll start boiling some syrup. Boiling some sap and making syrup. But I came out here and I heard a weird noise. I heard like a buzzing noise, and my tracker was buzzing. I have this little tiny 20 amp, let me show it to you, or 20 watt or 10 watt solar panel. Little 10 watt solar panel sitting in the sun. It runs over here, has alligator clips on it. See those? And it was attached to my battery, and as soon as I unplugged that, it stopped buzzing. So the reason I'm showing you this, just a lot of people ask how we charge the battery that runs the tracker, because the tracker doesn't power itself or charge the battery that runs it. We have to charge a battery like once or twice a year. I have to, along with that trickle charger, I have to recharge it. So let me show you how I do that. So this is the battery that was on the tracker. It's faded. It's been sitting out in the sun all year. You can tell the difference between the color. This one's all faded. So I need to charge it. So I'm just going to throw this Anderson 50 amp charger that hooks up right to my lithium iron phosphate Vaderer charging, 12 volt battery charger. It's made for lithium batteries. Show that to you. This is a 20 amp charger, 12 volt, 14, up to 14 volt or whatever for lithium. Just plugs into the wall, has an Anderson 50 amp on it, port or, connector. So I'm swapping this up real quick. I'm going to try it. Hopefully this is okay. Hopefully it just turns back on. Hopefully the tracker's okay. Because the tracker was making noise, not working. It's facing the sun right now. I don't know if it just went dead, or if it's been dead for a day or two and I just didn't notice. I don't know. So anyway, let's see if this battery's at 13.7 volts or something. Let's plug this one in and see if it charges. Plug this in. Alright, so there's the red light. Something just clicked. Red light was on. Something just clicked on this. Maybe the BMS clicked back on. Let's test the voltage. 11.8. So 11.8 volts going into that. That's really low, but it's just probably starting the charging cycle. So I'm gonna put this down here on the floor in the bunker. We're good to go. Hopefully that doesn't do anything stupid. Let me check the app actually, because the app, that battery has a sticker on it that says 4619. So I got a few batteries on here through the EcoWorthy. 1%, it's charging. 20 amps going into that. We're getting a lot of sun. All our batteries in the solar bunker are full. 100%ish. They're all equalizing just a tiny bit, like taking 1 amp, less than an amp. Or 1 to 2 amps per battery, just to kind of like keep everything equalized. Still equalizing from like a week ago, not really, but the voltages are all very, 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 very close. Or less than 1/10 of a volt, sorry. Cool. Everything's at 54.1, give or take a few hundredths. So that battery's charging, not throwing any codes. So that battery's been abused. I don't know how long we've had that. The one that's in the bunker here that I'm going to swap it with is the one that I was using on the outdoor shower last year. So it's still charged up. Well, let me see the battery capacity on that one. The battery I'm putting on these, so 99%. 13.32 volts. So 99%. So we'll see how long it charges. How long that will take care of us. It's the end of March here. Hopefully the tracker's okay. Hopefully it didn't burn anything out weird on the tracker. So let's go do that. So a lot of you guys have asked how we charge that or keep that operating the tracker. That's what I do once or twice a year. Swap the battery, charge it up in here, or charge it up somewhere. But let's go. Let's go put that on and see if my tracker's okay. Hopefully nothing bad happened to it. Alright guys, so tracker came back on. Tracker power is on. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's in sleep mode. It takes about a few minutes for the sensor to see the sun. It's pretty close to facing the sun anyway. Yeah, I have that little guy, 10 watts. 10 watts hooked to that. I don't know how much that does. I don't know how much that prolongs the battery actually lasting. So manual still works. Let's quit. Turn sunny. It's on SL. There was an SH. I don't know what SH is. I have to look at the manual. I have to look at the manual, see what SH is. Might have been just starting to pick up the sun, or maybe because it went dead. Maybe it needs to reprogram now. Maybe it won't go back to flat, and I'll have to reprogram it. Because the computer boards have memory chips in them, but I don't know how long they'll last completely dead. Might last forever. I don't know. Alright guys, so because a lot of you guys asked, there's how I keep the tracker going. A couple times a year, swap the battery. Somebody mentioned when we were running line over to that in conduit that I should have ran a 12 volt charging line to charge that battery. That would have been smart. Would have been smart. So anyway. Alright guys, so in the last video I showed you getting the boiler out, or the evaporator. Did a little drone footage at the end of that video. Hope you liked that. It's very pretty out here. There was sunshine and ice, and I showed you the finished product here where this is going to sit. But my pan was really dirty, so I put some 30% vinegar in it. Close to a week ago now. It's been just sitting there soaking. So let's see how it cleaned up. Let's show it to you. Pretty dirty from sugar sand, but that's right there. I swiped it off. I'm gonna go get a pair of rubber gloves. Oh, and I'm sure we're gonna get a few comments in this video. Yes, it is me, Off-Grid Jay. I lost a little bit of hair on my face, so hadn't cut the old beard off in probably over a year or two. So I figured I'd see what I look like now that I'm 42. So I'll be right back, guys. Yeah, guys, I hadn't seen my face in a couple years, so I want to make sure I was still a handsome dude. Good news. Alright guys, so I have all these broken bricks, fire bricks. I just had kind of like put up in here. I bought some new ones. Alright guys, this is going to be a beautiful place to sugar at. Look at that view I get to stare at while I boil sap. Pretty cool, huh? It's not going to be as warm as if I was in a shed or an actual building, but that's why I put the sugar shack over here, the evaporator over here. That's why I put the evaporator out here, so the winds that come in from this way hits this. But I can hide back in here. I'm going to put a chair right here. Chill out. Alright guys, we got a fudge pudge of old stuff that I'm using this year. Eventually maybe I'll upgrade to some nicer equipment, but right now I just like to see how things work here, then we'll go from there. I have all this old 6-inch pipe. Got that chunk, got this little through the wall thing, got a cap. Got another big chunk over here with some elbows. I got this triple wall. Now I could use this triple wall if I have to go close to any of the wood up here, but I shouldn't have to do that this year. I think I'm gonna put this 90. I might go up one more. I doubt it because I'd be too close to that. We'll see. I'm going to take this 90 apart. I'm going to have to reconfigure stuff. Going to have to reconfigure things again because we're moving this every year, so I have to like figure it out. Woo. Woo. Look at that, guys. Can you see it? How about due for some new chimney pipe? This is the stuff that came with the soapstone stove that we bought. You know, it's single wall. So I'm coming up straight. And then up here where it's close to all the wood, we're putting it through a piece of triple pipe. Just going right through it. It's like straight up. And then right where it's close to the wood at all, we got it through that chimney pipe. That's kind of like bracing there. I still got to button everything up and tighten everything up, but yeah. That's the idea. That's the idea. So let me get that done, and then I don't know if I'm starting a fire tonight or wait until tomorrow. We'll see. I got pipe. I got sap dripping out of my buckets, so I should start. But this isn't great. It's not fantastic. It's not forever, but it should work for this year, and then we'll make something even better in this space, of course. You know, perfect it as we go. All right, guys. All right. It's beautiful here. Look. Windy and cold still, but at least the sun's shining. Lots of solar. Alright, guys, sorry. Sun's shining right in my eyeballs. Alright, guys. Alright. Got the stovepipe up. It's not perfect, but it's something. I gotta get the blower set up. I'm gonna try to get a couple pieces of pipe. A couple pieces of pipe so I could turn this on a 90 and go out this wall, so I could maybe put my blower on the other side of that wall so it's not quite as loud. You know, it's going to be really loud in this little area if it's right there underneath that box or that thing. So I'm going to put these on super quick, make sure I got everything I need. And tomorrow I'll put that blower on. We'll start tomorrow morning because it's already late in the day and I'm already exhausted. Like, I've been walked back and forth to the barn like 800 times, and this is like a foot of hard pack and crustiness, so whatever, you guys don't care. So, wah, wah, wah. Of course, this is not the right size. This is why I checked it. 1.5 inches, that's 1.25 inches. Alright guys, all my buckets are at the boiler. It's above freezing now, so we're gonna go. It was like 22 degrees last night. It's above freezing now, so we're gonna go tap the trees down by camp. Check on Jen. I got the boiler full, so let's go tap some trees. So guys, the only problem with tapping down here by camp is, you know, I got to use a snowmobile to get the sap. But also I find more and more trees that I want to tap every year. It's a big, beautiful trees that I know this wood's scattered with them, but like this one over here, right there in the middle of that one is a nice maple. It's probably 20 inches round, 20 yards away from us. That one right there. That's going to produce a lot of sap, and I'm not going to tap it probably. But you guys are seeing me bend down and tap these trees down pretty low. That's because of this. That's because there's still like 2 to 3 foot of hard pack down here. That is a riding lawnmower. You can barely see the steering wheel stick out. And there's the lawnmower handles. Push mower. So that's why I'm tapping these trees down pretty low, because once the snow starts to melt, these buckets are gonna drop down 2 foot, so I can't tap them too high, and then my buckets won't be able to reach my taps. So I'm tapping them down pretty low. So anyway, I'm gonna tap a few more down here, and I gotta run up to camp. So alright guys, tap a few more trees up here, then head down and do the rest. Leave some of the stuff here. Alright guys, been sapping all day, or sugaring all day. Jen has been for a walk with the pups, but I've been walking around since 8:30 this morning, so Got a couple more trees to tap down at camp, so I'm going to try to catch up with her. See if I can get down there before she's heading back. I only got maybe 5 to 6 more trees I could tap or I'm out of stuff, so let's head down there. Puppies at? They already run up to the cabin? Did they run around the one way as I went around the other way?
Yeah, and they came back. Right? You guys come back? Who's that? Gonna ride Dad? Huh?
I just watched Sean in Alaska. He just sent me a text message saying that, or a video showing that Molly was trying to chase Timber's stick on the TV while they were watching our video a few days ago. So
That's funny.
Molly was trying to beat Timber to the stick, but little did she know she had a few thousand miles before she could catch up to Timber. So if you guys don't watch Sean in Alaska, you should. Sean's building an off-grid cabin and an off-grid workshop / woodshed / everything, and he does some good stuff too, so you guys should check out his channel. Head over there, Sean in Alaska. I'll try to have Jenny put the link down in the description box so you guys can find it easy. Sean in Alaska, SEAN. So I told them I had a couple more trees to tap down here. I was going to try to catch up with you, but I was probably going to be a little late. So, good walk. Did you go all the way to the end of the road?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Did you go for puppy walk, T? Do you want to hang out, Dad?
You guys can stay down or whatever.
Timber can. Scout. Oh,
Scout's gone.
be gone to Never Never Land.
I only got probably enough for 4 or 5 more buckets. So you guys see me tap a tree before. I'm just gonna tap these in if Jen's not coming. She can take the camera and show you how pretty it is up by the cabin. And then we'll do our evening sap. I'm running out of sap. I got all the sap in the buckets or in the pans. So I got 55 gallons. I had 11 buckets all the way full. Minus I was throwing the ice out, so probably more like 45 to 50 gallons. Because everybody throws the ice out, I guess. So I didn't do it before, but I did a little bit today. I did 50-50, so.
Why would you throw it out?
Because it supposedly doesn't have as much sugar content in it. It has like barely any sugar in it if it freezes, so I don't know.
Popsicles freeze and they got sugar
That's
in them.
that's like everybody's go-to, is that popsicles freeze, so I don't know. I didn't throw much away. I probably only threw like 2 to 3 gallons of ice away, if that. So
Cookie
anyway.
dough freezes, it's got sugar in it. Ice cream freezes, it's got sugar in it.
I mean the buckets freeze solid if it's cold enough. You know, the buckets of sap, so it's kind of a weird little thing. Like I said, I've never thrown the ice away. I've always boiled it, but I was getting a little desperate to not kill my boil. But anyway. Alright, you take this and I'll just tap these last trees up by camp. You guys were tapping trees with me this morning already. I got a few more here by the camper. And a couple over there by the truck. So guys, just a reminder.
Use up all these buckets. You can't come up to all those buckets.
Well, I'm using until all my taps are gone. But I have a whole roll. I have a lot of taps. Or I have enough taps already pre-made, but I have that roll of tubing and taps. So anyway, I'll be down here for an hour if I do that, or 2 hours if I do that. I don't know what time it is.
Like 4:30
Is it
or so. I don't know. Maybe later.
5 o'clock? 5 minutes to 5. So, all right.
Hang on, Dad. You want to come with Mom? You go for a ride, Dad? Come here. Come on, up. Come on. Sit down.
Yes, sit.
Your glove fell. You gonna hang out, Dad? Scott will go up with me because he can't be trusted.
We'll be up in 2 minutes. As soon as I stop for the first tree, he'll change his mind.
That's a good puppy.
Don't rush all the way back up this hill to catch up with Mom.
He'll figure it out. Didn't you tap that tree last
I got
year?
these 3 right here. That one's pretty decent size too. It's not quite as big as these 2, but those 2 are really big. And that one we got. Should put a 3 on that one. But I don't know if I have any 3s left. Oh, I got one right there.
What's wrong with the clear one?
Nothing, they're just different lengths. I'm trying to use my stuff wisely.
So a lot of sap pouring out of there. Which is good, right?
Yeah.
How many more buckets have you set up?
Maybe
Like, since you had the original ones, how many more have you set up?
I don't know, all of them. Like 20 probably. Set up 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Probably 6 on the road, so 10. This will be 11. tap that one. So a dozen down here. Did like 5 more up by the cabin at least. He's right there.
Gotta stay close to us, little dog. What are you doing up there? Huh? Yeah, you kind of like skate down the hill right now, don't you? Sometimes you sink and sometimes you slide. What are you doing, Scout?
Pushing these in the bucket a lot and then leaving lots of slack because this is all going to go down like a foot or two still, you know, a foot at least.
Whenever
Someday
the snow melts. One day. Maybe it'll be June. Look at that. Sapping like crazy. That's good, right?
Yeah.
Did you tap these trees last year?
Yep. There we go. A couple more buckets and
Be happy, crappy.
I mean, I should just tap that one, because those are good-sized trees and they're right here.
Yeah.
And there's a couple more around the roundabout. I don't know if I'll be able to drive around the cul-de-sac though.
Yeah. Are these all your buckets, or do you have more buckets in the shed?
I have more buckets, I just don't have more taps made up.
Is it easy or is it difficult?
It's easy, I think. I mean, I gotta unravel that and add them on there. I just don't know like how. This is the tab, so I'll probably make another 20, but I'm not. Can't keep up with that, kind of. Alright guys, we'll catch up with you up at the cabin. We have 4 or 5 trees to tap here and call it a night. Oh, you want me to give you a ride back up to the cabin? You have to wait, you're gonna be cold.
Mom will walk you guys up there. Mom will walk you guys up there. It's probably puppy food time, huh? Is it puppy food time? Huh? Did Mom say the magic word?
But the only way you can get him to go with you. Only way you can get him to go with you is to say puppy food.
What? Is it puppy food time? What? 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 Where do we go to get puppy food, huh? Where's it at? I don't know. Where's the puppy food? Puppy food! Up there, up the hill, way up the hill. Come here, Scoot Magoot! So far up there he comes. What? You goofy puppy? So just cut those to length and pop them up.
I can cut this with my knife, which I should be able to. Pretty flimsy.
A few more buckets up is a few more gallons, right? I know, but
Have to be able to boil it.
If you are worried that the season might be shorter because it didn't start running till late, The more you can get, the faster the better, right? Scooty, you want to go get some puppy food? Your mom will go feed you guys? Yeah? Mom will go up and feed you guys.
Alright, guys. Sun's going down, last hour of the night. Been boiling. I started a fire at like 8:30 this morning. Had to clean and prep everything. We're getting down to the last little bit of sap here. It's got a nice golden color to it though. That's the only sap we have left right here. About 3 gallons. And there's probably about 5 gallons in there. So I'm gonna load up the boiler here, the pan, one last time, and fill up the wood one last time. And then none of my buckets filled up today. They should have. I don't know why they didn't really. I mean, it was cold for a few days, so, and it not super sunny, so today was sunny enough to get some sap into the trees. And I guess the sap freezes in the tree at night, and then it thaws out and goes into the buckets. I guess it doesn't get sucked up throughout the morning and then down and into the buckets. I guess it freezes up in the branches. I don't know. That's what I've heard. So anyway, let's get this last batch on here. I kind of dropped the ball with wood. I probably only have like half a face cord of slab wood from the sawmill, but it was all uncovered the other day. I should have brought it over here and had it stacked up, but now it's under a foot of ice. Like literally a foot of hard packed ice and snow. So I've been just using some of the popple and crappy stuff out of the woodshed. I know it's dry and it's not really perfect for the wood stove in the cabin anyway, so use a lot of wood doing this. I think you use about as much value worth of wood as you could sell the syrup for. So if you had to pay for wood, you'd be out of luck. And you could probably just sell the wood for the same amount that you sell the syrup for. So it's kind of it's a good hobby. Alright guys, there's one day's worth of work. I started a fire at 8:30 this morning. Cleaned the pan up real good. Put a fresh batch of water, cleaned it up again, or a little bit of sap, cleaned it. Then dumped it for a second time. And then by 10 o'clock this morning, I was boiling sap. It is 8 o'clock at night now, so it's been a 12-hour day, and I still got probably another hour or two to get this last few gallons. Down to probably 1 gallon of syrup. If you were gonna just do this for fun, this would be probably pretty much enough for you. A gallon of syrup for, you know, your year's worth of syrup. Most people probably only use a gallon, but I like to make as much as possible, share with you guys. You guys support our channel. I appreciate it by buying our syrup, and I know a lot of you guys enjoy it, and I appreciate your support, and I'm glad you enjoy it. So I tapped a lot of trees today. We had 11 buckets out. We probably have close to 35 buckets out, so we have 60 to 70 taps out, 2 on each tree, so close to 35 trees, give or take. I'll have to count them when I go do a lap, probably in a couple days. There won't be any sap tomorrow. We'll take a day off from boiling, and we'll probably work on the greenhouse. We got to get these couple little vent fans and these gable ends tied up, so look out for that in the next video. We'll end this video with me finishing this off. I'm not sure if I'm going to put this down to sap or down to syrup and in jars tonight, because it'll be midnight if I do that, 1 o'clock. So I'll probably store it in one of these metal pots, probably my warmer pot over there, and then put it in the snow or put it somewhere cold and safe, and then add it to the next batch. I might finish it off while I'm doing my next batch, you know, we'll see. So appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed the video.